Hello, Jessica here with an interactive card featuring the newest release from Lawn Fawn and LED stickers from Chibitronics. This week, Lawn Fawn and Chibitronics are collaborating to bring you lots of amazing creations featuring both companies. I actually had made a card a few weeks ago, but was so excited with the new release that I had to make another. So let's get started. I love the new stitched fireworks die from Lawn Fawn and thought it would pair perfectly with the Fade Effects stickers and colored light stickers from Chibitronics. To start, I stamped the foxes from Upon a Star twice onto white cardstock with Copic-friendly Hero Arts Intense black ink. Then I colored them with Copic markers E77, E74, and E71. I started with my darkest marker first, adding cast shadows to the fox's body, and then blended it out with my lighter markers. I love that these stamps show you the back view of the foxes as if they're looking up at the night sky. Once I colored both foxes, I used the coordinating dies to die cut them out. Then it was time to create my night sky. I decided to get good and inky, and I smushed Chip Sapphire, Black Soot, and Seedless Preserves Distress ink onto my craft mat. I spritzed the ink with water and pressed a piece of watercolor paper into the ink. I used a larger piece of paper than a normal A2 card panel so that I'd have room to hold the edges. I dried the paper with my heat tool and then repeated the process a few times until I was happy with the ink coverage. Next, I spritzed water onto the watercolor paper and blotted it off with a paper towel to create stars far off in the distance or fading sparks from fireworks. I also flicked white paint and metallic gold paint across the panel to create a similar effect. I let that dry completely before trimming the panel down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then I arranged the stitched firework dies across the background and ran it through my Big Shot. Then it was time to create my circuit. Unfortunately, I didn't realize I was working below the camera view, but I do move the panel higher once I start applying the copper tape. First, I used a pencil to lightly mark the center of each firework. Then I used the template to mark where I'd place each of my light stickers. I also used the Fade Effects sticker, so I had to mark where that would lay. Then I indicated the positive and negative sides of each sticker as a reminder for myself. Finally, I drew a rough sketch of where my copper tape would lay. Even though I've been making cards like this for a few years, I still like to draw a sketch just so that I can double check my circuits before applying the tape and stickers. There's nothing worse than laying everything out and realizing you've connected the wrong sides. After I sketched out my circuit, I started laying down my copper tape. The first part that you can't see right now is where I adhered my battery holder to the right corner and then connected a small piece of copper tape from the positive side of my battery to one corner of the Fade Effects sticker. Then I used a second piece of copper tape to connect the top of the Fade Effects sticker to the positive side of each of my LED light stickers. When I need to create an angle in the tape, I fold the tape back on itself, crease it, and then fold it forward in the new direction I wish to go. You don't want to cut the tape and use pieces because the circuit won't complete. Normally I would have a single piece of tape run from the positive side of the battery through the positive side of each light, and a second piece of tape run from the negative side of the battery to the negative side of each light. The effects sticker uses a slightly different circuit, which is why there are 3 pieces of tape. My third piece of tape runs from the negative side of the battery through the negative side of the fade effect sticker and through the negative tip of each light. And just a quick tip, I always overestimate how much copper tape I will need, but I save those little leftover pieces because they're the perfect size for that small section between the battery and the effect sticker. Once the copper tape was laid down, I adhered the stickers over the tape following the guide I traced in earlier. I decided to use red, blue, and pink stickers for bright and colorful fireworks, and you can see how the effect sticker causes the lights to fade in and out. Then I used a double layer of foam mounting tape to create a support for my watercolor panel. Because the battery is a little tall, you need the extra layer of foam mounting tape so the battery won't stick out awkwardly. I also added foam mounting tape behind the fireworks for extra support in the middle of the card. When removing the backing of the adhesive, I left a little piece right under the battery holder. This way I can slide a piece of cardstock underneath the watercolor panel and one side of the battery holder to break the circuit. This helps conserve the battery. Finally, I used the corner of my MISTI with the foam pad removed to help me line up the watercolor panel on top of my circuit panel. Off camera, I die cut a piece of black cardstock with the simple stitched hillside border die and heat embossed the sentiment from Happy 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 onto the hill. I also stamped the tiny arrow and instructions from Push Here to the black strip and heat embossed it with white embossing powder. The Push Here set is perfect for all sorts of interactive cards. I'm sure I'll be using it quite a bit for everything from shakers and sliders to pop-up and light-up cards. Finally, I adhered my foxes to the hill and added the tiny pink heart. I covered the pink heart with Spectrum Noir clear sparkle and later added sparkle to each of the fireworks. You can see the shimmer as I tilt the card around. I love how well Chibitronics light stickers work with those adorable Lawn Fawn critters, and I really think it gives the scene a little extra something. Make sure to head to my blog for details on how to win a $30 gift card to Lawn Fawn or a Chibitronics starter kit as part of our collaboration this week. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial and that it inspires you to try adding Chibitronics lights to your cards. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment and I'll try to help. You can find links to my blog and all of the products I used in the YouTube description below. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button so you won't miss any of my future videos. Thanks so much for watching and have a wonderful day.